But what even happened last month? I kind of forget.
Not very much. Just like Mario Kart, a lot of game releases. Like there
Mario
is,
Kart, Kirby.
yeah, and like some updates on some other things like folders, Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, that's right. That did happen. Oh, I don't want to talk about Zelda. This is gonna hurt
All
me.
right, three, two.
No,
I
you're
don't.
good. Go for
Okay.
it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Slime Boss here, and welcome back to another episode of Fairy Fountain Podcast. This is like episode 4, I think, of this year, or yeah, April. Wait, no, this is episode. No, this I don't care. All right,
Doesn't
so
matter. We're in an episode.
we're recording in April, but this is the news for March. So we hope you guys enjoyed the last week's episode with Derek. That was a lot of fun. But we don't really have that much to talk about this month. But there isn't a lot to talk about, but there is some important things to talk about, I should say. So we're gonna start off with the releases with F-Zero X. Did you get to try that out on Switch Online?
I've never been a big F-Zero guy. I played a couple of matches of it when it came out to MSO. It's fine. I don't really get the big appeal of the series, and
Yeah.
maybe it's because I haven't played. I think it's GX on the GameCube, but it's not for me. It's a fun game, but I don't see why I'd want to like play it over something like Mario Kart, I guess. And I know they're
Yeah.
two different games.
They cross over a
I
lot,
don't
which
know.
I didn't know. Like Rainbow Road is in F-Zero, which is interesting.
Yeah,
But no, I've never played it. I'm not really into anything fast. Like I didn't get into fast RMX. I don't like Sonic. Everybody knows this. So Mario Kart is where I stay, and we don't even talk about 200cc. So
RCC is so much fun, but
I
it's
can't.
not the ideal way of playing.
I can't do it. I always run into walls. I can't find a good way to control. I don't know. It's just not my cup of
You
tea.
use the brake button.
Why? We're it's a kart
You
racer.
need to in 200cc, or else you're gonna run into damn walls.
Anyway, we also got the release of, or speaking of Mario Kart, we got the Mario Kart 8 DLC, which is mixed opinions on it. The graphics are whatever, but I honestly don't give a shit.
Don't either.
All
It
the
looks
tracks
fine.
were amazing. I had a lot of fun with them. It actually brought me back to the game, which is something that it's very hard to do with things like this, like Animal Crossing. I thought it was gonna bring me back. It really didn't, but Mario Kart did. So
I This DLC is so exciting for me because I've been wanting a new Mario Kart game for probably 4 or 5 years, just like everyone else.
yeah,
I will take 48 more tracks.
yeah,
It's an entirely new game. It really is.
yeah.
I don't care if it's all old courses because I want most of those tracks back anyway.
Mm.
And I haven't really gotten into the whole graphic debates in the last month or two. They look fine. Of course, they don't look as good as base Mario Kart 8 and its first DLC. But if we had to have gotten 48 tracks looking like this, or 24 looking like the better style, I'd take this any day.
Yeah, no,
This game's gonna have almost 100 tracks.
I honestly, right now, I don't think we really need a new Mario Kart. I mean,
No.
post DLC coming out now, I think that, but honestly, one Mario Kart a game, and they honestly, I think they probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but we have it now, and I'm having fun with it, so that's enough, I think.
This is purely speculation, but I really think they held off this long because A, they didn't see it coming. They didn't see the sales success coming. B, COVID, obviously.
Yeah.
And C, I think they kind of saw the opening after Smash Bros. To be like, okay, we need something that's going to be able to show up in every direct now that we don't have Smash. Mario Kart.
I think this was in the cards from the beginning, to be honest, because they said that if Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sells well, we might try to dabble in DLC, and then it just
Way
seemed
back
like
in
they would have.
2017,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. So I don't know if they just dropped that or like, let's focus on tour for a little bit, and then now they're repurposing tracks in 8
I
Deluxe.
do
so.
think 9 or whatever the next Mario Kart game is in development for the next system. but we won't see that for years.
Yeah. I mean, we're not even close to the next system. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Can I ramble for a second?
Huh?
Can I ramble for a second? I have
Yeah.
something
Go
I want
ahead.
to
Yeah.
Okay, so and basically we're going to talk about this later, but Breath of the Wild got delayed to spring 2023. And ever since then, I have seen so much debate over when the Switch successor is going to come out. I've seen so many people so adamant it's going to come out next spring or holiday 2023.
No.
Why would you do that when you have Mario Kart DLC coming out through then? When we've got like big games like Prime 4 and they're going to announce more stuff in the next 6 to 12 months. Like, I don't want to go back into this debate. We have this often, but I don't get why people think the end is near when Splatoon's going to get probably a year of updates and Mario Kart's got another 18 months worth of content left in it.
The Switch wasn't necessarily dying, but this was just like a quick little juice up because we're about halfway. If they say we're about halfway through, this year kind of makes sense. And on top of that, they can easily just do a Xbox Series X or Switch 4K. It's the same console, just a little bit beefier so that you can continue your life cycle until you're ready to release the next system.
We've been talking about the Switch Pro for like 3-4 years now. Obviously, I think it could happen, and if it does happen, the launch of Breath of the Wild 2 is a very smart placement for that. But I really could see that 10-year plan they were talking about coming to fruition. I could see us still getting Switch games in 2027. However, we will probably be a year or two, if not a little bit longer, into this next generation.
Yeah.
I don't think we go past 2025 without the next system.
Yeah.
I think we get it end of 2024.
And yeah, it's kind of hard to, we always have this conversation. I kind of want to get off of it, but yeah, the Switch isn't over, basically.
I just had to vent for a minute because they've been driving me nuts lately, and I see it all over Twitter.
Yeah. All right, so next up is there's actually leaks that came out right after the the DLC came out, saying that we're getting some more courses. I can't remember what they were. I think.
Give me just a second. I have them saved onto my phone.
Okay. Because
I have been big into the Mario Kart speculation. I am so excited to see what courses we get.
And I'm specifically referring to that one graphic.
I have it right here. So this is most of them. I don't think this is every single one, but in the I think it was found in the files. It's a promotional banner. It shows Waluigi Pinball, Waluigi Stadium, Delfino Plaza, Koopa Cape, DK Summit, Maple Treeway, Sunset Wilds, 3DS Rainbow Road, and it looks like it's a new ice cream themed course that will probably get in Tour at some point, which will then come to Deluxe. Yeah.
So far selection is really good, but I'm still holding out for there's only one more course I'm still holding out for, and that's Luigi's Mansion. That's the only one I would. We got pinball, so.
There's a bunch of Wii ones I want. I want like Mushroom Gorge. I want Toad's Factory, but I also really want to see Daisy Cruiser and DK Mountain from Double Dash. I don't think we'll get DK Mountain. I think they'll go with Summit from Wii, but
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
They get DK Pass instead.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hope not. That one's fine, but I don't want it.
Yeah, we talked about this in our predictions discussion about the courses, but it's just kind of like a wait and see kind of thing, and I'm happy with anything really. This is not like Smash Bros. Or like, all right, let's narrow it down, let's put some rules on it. This is just like, I don't really care. I just want more tracks, you know.
I have my 10 to 15 like most wanteds.
Yeah.
But even if I only get like half of them, if around that, I'm gonna be content because, like I said, the game's gonna have 96 courses. It's gonna be hard to complain about.
Yeah. My other question is, do you think we're ever gonna see like updates with new modes or other characters? Maybe not as paid, maybe as free.
No. Modes, no. I do think we could down the road see a little extra character pass or like costume pass and carts, but I don't think we'll see any new modes.
I mean that makes sense, but again, we got the Labo mode and then the extra Link costume post launch too, so
It's possible. I just don't think we get like any new battle modes or like something like
Oh
akin
no.
to the mission mode in DS. I think they're gonna save all that big stuff for the next game of the series. It only
Yeah.
makes sense.
Again, they did do a lot better of a job. I'm not personally a big fan of battle mode, but they did a lot better of a job um, with the battle mode in this game. But there's just not very
Absolutely.
many tracks there either, which is strange. Which I don't know if we might get a battle course pass, which I highly doubt. But
I don't think so. I will say though, if we have Woohoo Island as a battle track and we don't get either of the 3DS tracks in
yeah,
the DLC, I'm gonna be a little upset.
there's a couple theories going around that they want to combine them into like a six lap track
I
thing.
wouldn't be against it, but I feel like they'd have to see, the main problem is these tracks they take place at different parts of the day.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want like a 5-minute track on their hands, but maybe.
Yeah. Like
Personally, I think we only get one, and I think they're gonna play it safe and give us Woohoo Loop and
yeah.
just leave out Maka Woohoo, even though it is the better track.
Yeah. It's like what Andre said. Let's get the all tour, the all cup
Yeah.
tour.
Could you imagine playing Mario Kart for like like 4 or 5 hours?
I would
just to
imagine
play
there
all
would
the
be
time?
like a save state type of feature in there where you
There'd
just
have to
drop
be.
in. Yeah. There'd be like a nice challenge though. Unless you do
It
like
would be
one
fun. I would love it.
lap or something, but anyway.
Oh, that'd be smart.
Anyway, I think we should move on from that because we'll be talking about it more in probably the next 2 months or so. Because I assume there'll be a direct pretty soon.
Imagine whether it be a late May or the usual June direct, we're gonna get the next wave of Mario Kart DLC.
Yeah. Next up is a couple of smaller releases that I wanted to highlight before we get into the biggest release this month. Ryan's Toy Review got another game, obviously Game of the Year. I don't know why they're making games. It's so strange to me. Then we also got Chocobo GP, which is the strangest flop ever. I don't even know the
It
reasons
looked
why.
good, and then more and more information kept coming out of it, and I could not will myself to play it.
It was like a DLC loot box problem, I think, as well.
They had a free to play version and all that, so it was clear they were fishing for money.
Yeah. Then we also have oh, it's like the Sonic Origins problem. They're like, what is this price? I don't even know what they're doing. It's so strange.
Yeah. When they include a chart and something, I just lose a little bit of interest, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, why can't you just like, okay, well, this is what you get if you just buy the normal version, and this is what you get when you get the deluxe version. That's it. And then if you want DLC after that, then you worry about DLC after that. Don't make it any more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Persona 4 Ultimax, Arena Ultimax. Cool. I'm not going to play it. I got Blaze Blue and didn't like it. But it just gives me hope for P4G, which could actually happen in the next few days. So that's exciting to think about. Even though it's on my Vita, I'd rather play it on Switch. But, you know, anyway. And now we'll get into the Kirby Forgor. The demo came out right before. We could quickly talk about that. It was a great little test. Got me to buy it, definitely. Tons of
I
little
didn't
secrets.
play it. I was waiting for the full game. I was sold anyway, so I just stuck it.
What's weird is that people were finding secrets in the demo like way after it came out, which is crazy. And I think they're still finding secrets in the main game today, like just little things. So it's crazy. Anyway, main game is fucking phenomenal. I haven't finished it yet, but the game is jam packed with content. Like, not only did they nail it on Kirby's first 3D outing, but they fucking, I mean, it's not as great. It's not as lore heavy as Star Allies, but it's not as great as Planet Robobot. Or according to the community, I've never played Robobot, but there is so much in there. Like, you will not stop playing this game.
No, I have over 15 hours into it, and I still have like 30 Waddle Dees to get. Couple last little challenge things to do, and a bunch of the collectibles to get. But I've had so much fun with the game. It's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I've been never mind, I didn't say anything. I definitely am not recording the game right now and doing my live reactions throughout the game, so I have gotten a little bit of spoilers. I know what the final true boss is, but
Yeah.
it's expected for Kirby. But no, there's just
Yeah, it
so
is.
much to do. There's just so much to do. It's kind of intimidating,
It's very
actually.
good. It's very well polished. Obviously, I think they could have added more copy abilities, but I'm not complaining with the amount we have.
And do you think that the next Kirby game is another 3D one, or are we going back to 2D?
I think we're gonna get more 3D Kirby going forward, but I think the next one we will see will be 2D.
Like, I mean, obviously we're gonna see a bunch of spin-offs, but in that time as well.
No, I think the next mainline Kirby game will be a 2D title. I think we'll get it in like 2024, maybe launch year of the next system, 2025. We'll see, but
Let's get Kirby's Block Ball. No, is that the one? Tilt and Tumble 2.
Hilton Temple, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that because it looked really good, and I haven't played it, got to that point yet, but I really want to try it out in the Switch version, so or whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called. The little mini game.
It's a little small mini game, but it is fun.
Yeah. All right. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Haha, get it? Because never mind. All right. All right. So let's just get straight into the news. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm kind of frazzled. So NSO icons were added. Is pretty cool. I don't know if I want to spend my platinum points on there, but
it's been getting as many as I can get. It's addicting for me. I love it.
I'm not. I want to see more other franchises because that's like kind of the problem that they have is they're like, okay, let's do the Mario Odysseys and the Splatoons. Like I don't even think there's any Pokemon ones. I think there's maybe ones for like Pokken, and that's it.
I think they're gonna tie it into new game releases, and right now they're just kind of using their evergreen titles because we got Odyssey and Animal Crossing off the bat, but then they went into April. They had Kirby, Splatoon, more Animal Crossing. So they're starting to use their newer titles to market it.
Yeah. Then we got some more Switch 2 Pro, whatever the fuck rumors. Again, just our usual cycle, but didn't want to. I just put shrug in front of it in the notes. But we do have something that's pretty cool. It's the Switch's 5th anniversary, which also, it is my 5th anniversary tomorrow. My YouTube channel's 5th anniversary.
Oh.
Hey, did you see my tweet about Justin Bieber?
Yes.
Dude, I was listening back to like his old music and listening to his new stuff. His new stuff is alright. It's not like great or anything, but I was like, wait, how old is he? And he's like 28. I'm like, there's no way. Like, am I really that old? I'm gonna be 20 next month, 2 months. So
I turned 23 in like 6 months. I don't want to hear it.
Man, we're old. Anyway, Switch is still going strong. Again, like I don't really care about graphics, but even like mainline AAA games are kind of starting to show some signs of lagging, which is unfortunate. But
That's true.
It's a great console. Still, 5 years later.
It has my favorite library of all time, and it's just continuing to grow.
Next up, we have I don't remember exactly what it's called, but there's like this thing going around that they want people to localize Scarlet and Violet into Brazilian and Portuguese, I think, or Brazilian.
So yeah.
So we support that here. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Which is again, it's very strange because we're literally going to Spain/Portugal. So do it.
It only makes sense to actually do it.
Yeah.
If they don't, it's kind of tone deaf.
Yeah. Mii's are in Mario Kart Tour. Not really that significant, but I thought I'd mention it because cool, I guess.
They're just adding more and more retro courses that they can then incorporate into 8 Deluxe, and I love to see it because that tour came with Wii Mushroom Gorge, and that's one of my higher up there's I want.
And it's so strange because the recent tour that they did added the 8 Deluxe remakes version of Coconut Mall, which is like, okay, kind of weird.
We're talking about March's news, but they just announced the new tour either last night or this morning, and it's going to have Coconut Mall in it.
Yeah. Next up is Go Nintendo's back. For some reason I thought that he passed away or something.
No, he just took a long mental health break, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know where I read it. I think is his name Kevin?
Yes.
I swear I read somewhere like Kevin has unfortunately passed away, and I don't know. It was
I
super
did
strange.
miscommunication or something, but no, thankfully he's such a great guy. I love his site.
Yeah, I never really I've heard of him in passing, and obviously see him on the timeline all the time. But it's cool to
I
see
used
that
to
he's
watch
back.
his weekly podcasts back in the day, and
Yeah,
really good.
it's cool to see that he's back though.
Yeah.
A lot. We need more positivity in the Nintendo community because well, I'll talk to you about it later because I found some not so good stuff happen recently. So
Of course.
next up, the NSO app also got updated. I don't even remember what they changed. I think it was just a UI update. Some more options with friends, and that's about it. Don't even know why it still exists, but I guess Xbox still has a mobile app too. You can buy games and stuff on there, which is cool. Maybe they'll add streaming to it. That'll be very strange, but I guess they could.
Don't get your hopes up, but maybe.
Yeah. Mario Day happened, and it came and went. Nothing special happened there.
But you didn't see that new Mario movie trailer
What do you mean?
coming out in December, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next month.
There is a sale. I don't even. It was like probably like $1 off or some shit. I don't know. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't even know what the sale was, to be honest with you. I don't think it's that important.
They had a really good deal on Mario Rabbids. The base game was $10, and the Donkey Kong DLC brought it up to 15. I finally got my partner to buy it, and he had a really good time with it.
Honestly, that game's like worth $1 for me.
Oh no, it's not. It's great.
It's,
Sparks of Hope is one of my most anticipated games this year.
I don't know. I don't. Which is weird because we haven't heard anything about that either. But yeah, I didn't like it.
Like rumors, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the first one. I'm sorry.
That's fair. It's not for everyone.
Next up, due to recent events, i.e., the Ukraine war. Again, we don't like to get too political on here, but the Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp has unfortunately been delayed to an unknown date at this current time. So at least we know the game's finished. Before it was like delayed for they wanted it quality reasons, but
I think it really could be delayed out of this year if the current world events just keep going for too long, but doesn't matter. The game can come out when it's ready, and honestly, with how packed the second half this year is going to be, it might be for the better.
Yeah,
I'm going to upset a lot of Advance Wars fans, but I want to see that game get as much success as it can.
Yeah, what's really strange is that it's not coming to Japan, which is
not as of now.
Yeah, I don't think they announced it at all yet for Japan.
They haven't.
And what's strange about it is that the Wars series, not just the Advance Wars, I'm talking about the Wars series, originated in Japan and was a Japan exclusive for a really long time. It was, I believe, Famicom Wars, Super Famicom Wars, and Game Boy Wars, and then they just continue with the Advance Wars name because the West liked it, I guess. But it's very strange to me why they did that, because it originated in Japan.
Yeah.
Next up is Lego Peach and a ton of other actual Lego sets. I believe there's like a weird facade Peach's Castle thing and a Luigi's Mansion one as well. So that's pretty cool, but it's not, again, it's not the Lego.
How far this partnership has gone. I really was not expecting this many sets.
I'm surprised it's still going to this day.
It's still going.
I really hope eventually they just sell the standalone characters, because that's all I want. I don't care about the set. I just want the character. And also,
That'd be
again,
smart. I hope so.
Again, it's still kind of disappointing because they don't have like regular Lego sets of these cool locations, but yeah, like you said, I'm surprised it's still going.
Yeah.
Nintendo World is coming in summer of 2023, which makes sense now that we think about it retrospectively.
Hollywood before it's coming to Orlando?
Yes, it's going. This is Hollywood summer 2023.
That is honestly surprising because I thought for sure that Orlando was going to be done first.
I'm pretty sure they're both done. I'm pretty sure they started building in Orlando and then COVID's, so they decided to shuffle some things around. But I'm pretty sure it's been done for a while. I went to Universal couple weeks ago, sometime in March, and actually is when I recorded with it was that same week I recorded with Derek.
Yep.
I could see it, like they had some stuff covering it, but I could see it like over like around the Transformers ride and stuff. Like I see the Mushroom Hills and the castle and stuff, and like it's there, it's ready to go. I'm sure there's like quality and quality stuff they have to do, like make sure the ride doesn't break on you. They're just stuck on the Yoshi ride and they just make weird noises. But yeah, no, I'm super stoked. We got to do this together. Day one.
Oh, I want
we're there. We could try, but
absolutely, I'm down.
Next up is a quick one. Arceus and Darkrai are in Brilliant Diamond, so get them or don't get them because both of their requirements are quite strange. For Darkrai, it's a mystery gift, but you can only access them between new moons, which I don't even understand. And then you have Legends Arceus, which in order to get him, you have to 100% Legends Arceus. What the fuck? I mean, you have to do all the main, or all of the missions, all of them, even the side things. Like, it is fucked up. I think you literally have to fight Arceus in order to get Arceus and BDSP. It is so weird.
And BDSP apparently was not that fantastic of a game.
Yeah. If anyone has done this, like, props to you. Like, that's a lot of work. I still plan on doing it for myself, but, like, I feel like by the time I'm finished with Legends Arceus, the mystery gift will have passed, so.
Right.
Another question about this is that, where's the Pokemon Home information? I wonder if we're going to get that, you know, in our usual news time slot, May, June, but.
I think we will. That makes sense.
I'm surprised they didn't show that off in the direct, so, or the presents, so it's just.
Right.
It's, like, kind of weird. Another thing, too, where's the N64 controllers? They haven't been restocked. That's quite strange.
No idea.
Anyway.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. We're forgetting about things. They're just like, eh. They don't want them.
It's true.
Reggie left GameStop.
Good.
Which is weird because I just applied to GameStop, so... I'm probably not getting that job, but...
honestly, you don't want it. They push you so hard to make those. What are they? Those damn pre-orders and those power-up card subscriptions.
Oh, they do the. I used to work at Harkins. I don't know if is this legal. Can I talk about this? So basically, it's almost creepy. Like you have to be kind of friendly, but like you literally have to ask them like 40 questions before you can come up. Hi, are you a My Harkins Reward member? It's a movie theater. Are you a My Harkins Reward member? Okay, let me put in your number. Okay, yeah. Can I get a?
It's like that in a lot of places. They want you to sell their credit cards. Yeah. I know Ulta does it. Kohl's does it.
Yeah.
If they have something, you need to market it, and they track individual employees like subscription goals.
Yeah, that's so weird.
They will punish you if you don't make them or you don't try hard enough.
God. They say, yeah, can I get a large soda and a large popcorn? Would you like a extra large for $1 more? And then when they're done, would you like goobers and M&Ms with that? Like, oh my God. Like, it is kind of creepy and annoying because I've been on the other side of that, and I'm just like, I just want my popcorn. Can I go, please?
Like, it makes the customer not want to come back.
Yeah, it's so strange. I mean, I'm sure at GameStop it's worse. It's just like they ask you they ask you before you purchase, the middle of your purchase, and after you purchase. Are you sure you don't want to be a Power Up Rewards member?
So I was down in Oregon the last time I went to a GameStop, and I walked in there, and the lady saw me looking at Switch games, and she literally brought me a 3-page list of all the games I could pre-order, and I tried giving it back when I made my purchase, and she was like, "No, you can take that."
Oh my God!
It's still sitting in my car.
That is so weird. Cause the weirdest thing is I've never had any of these experiences. Like they asked me like, "Are you a Power Ups Reward member?" I am. I put in the number. I'm done. They never ask me anything ever again. I don't pre-order anything. I never do anything like that. In fact,
I had to. My subscription was expiring in June. They're like, "Well, we have this special going on. That's only $10 to renew. It'll be more expensive in June." I'm like, I don't even want to renew. The only reason why I did last year was because I was so upset that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess didn't get announced, and I wanted that poster they had from GameStop.
Yeah.
So I bought the collectible I needed, and they talked me into it.
Yeah, the only other time I had that, like, actually, no. They sometimes forget because, like, I'm like, do I have a $5 award thing? And they're like, yeah, you do. You want to use that? Like, sometimes they forget too, so.
I forget too. This last time I went was the first time I've used it.
Yeah. And I think I even got screwed over one time, because I believe I pre-ordered Mario Maker for 3DS. They forgot that I pre-ordered it. I forgot that I pre-ordered it, so the pre-order expired, and I paid full price for Super Mario Maker on 3DS.
So I can't exactly laugh at you, but I bought it for full price too.
Yeah, but I paid double basically because I pre-ordered about half of it. So
hey, we're like 1/4 of the entire user base of Mario Maker for 3DS.
I know. It's obviously it's diminished by 2 existing, but I played the majority of my time was on the 3DS version, so even though it's a weaker version than the Wii U one, but anyway. Sakurai is back on the grind, which is, I mean, yay, but also, man, just take a 4-year nap, please. Like, you don't need to be working on something.
45 minutes.
Yeah, like, what? I don't even know what he's working on, so, like, I can't even think about it.
It has been almost 7 months since Sora got announced.
Oh.
So he has been away from Smash for a while.
I'm pretty sure that he's probably been working on post-marketing, maybe to at least March.
I think maybe he stepped away from Smash November, December.
Who's going to be marketing the Amiibo then? Just Nintendo, or does he have to be there for that?
No.
All right.
They'll do what they did with the Min Min and the Steve delay and just post it on Twitter.
But was that like his thing? Like, all right.
Nintendo does the manufacturing and distributing, so he has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder. We still haven't heard anything about the Sora Amiibo, so.
I think either they're still in negotiations, or that's gonna be the one that we just don't get, and that's gonna break my heart.
It's gonna hurt, but it's also gonna not make sense in the context of the game as well, because like I'm sure there's files in there that says, oh, you can scan the Amiibo and you can have the...
I would personally hope that in the negotiations to get the character into the game, they had to agree to an Amiibo.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will admit, if we don't get Sora, I'm going to be a little annoyed that 10 years almost of collecting these Amiibo to get full completion is going to be impossible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so strange. But I mean, Sora is always just a weird topic. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why they're like, boom, there's going to be 6 characters in this pass, because I feel like originally there was going to be 5.
That is what it is. I really do believe that.
And what's weird about it is that Sora is a Square character, no matter like which way you think about it, but Disney owns him for some odd fucking reason. Like, they have no reason to own him. Like, they have 0 reason to. It was a collaboration, and Square created it. He's literally like Cloud Jr. Like, I don't get it.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Or they could delay it until next year, because we're actually getting all 4 of them as Amiibo.
I would love that. I don't think they can pull that, because that'd be like a $60 box set.
I have a feeling that what would happen is that it's either Disney would want to go all out with the Amiibo, or they would do absolutely nothing with the Amiibo. So that's how I feel about that. But
yeah.
Anyway, what do you think?
I'm hopeful.
Go ahead.
I'm hopeful, but I don't have high expectations. I think we will get a Sora Amiibo, but I think it's just going to be the one.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. What do you think he's working on?
I don't know. I could see him going back to Kid Icarus, or I could see him working on a brand new IP, which I think is likely.
Do you think he could ever go back to Kirby, like ever?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. He might one day like work on a Kirby title like with Hal, but I don't think he wants to.
I wonder what he thinks about the lore. the lore post Return to Dreamland. He's probably like,
I mean, look how much of it we've gotten
fuck?
Smash. I don't think he cares all that much.
I mean, he's got Galactonite, which is post him, but he's
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like, what the fuck is Morpho Knight? Like,
He's like, what the hell have you done to my child?
like, it's cool, but like, what the hell? Like, yes, we like our Eldris bosses, but like, this is now confusing. Like,
Yes.
what are these ancients? Anyway, yeah, and I think it could be, because then we also got that rumor from this month about Bandai Namco doing something, so I don't know if those are related,
I really do think is a Kid Icarus Uprising remaster.
even though he said no, but
it wouldn't be Sakurai making it.
yeah,
I really don't think Sakurai'd be involved.
I don't know. His career is legendary, but it's also quite strange because he has like a weird ass library, but he's a fucking phenomenal developer, and I wish him the best.
I think
on
he's
any
either
project.
working on a brand new IP that's all his own, or I think he's grabbing back into Nintendo's bag of unused IP.
I'm ready for anything because
Maybe he'll make Pikmin 4.
oh god. But yeah, I'll be happy with anything he does. Hopefully it's something that I'm interested in because I love Sakurai. I think Kid Icarus is something I should look into, but I really don't want to play it on 3DS.
If it comes to Switch,
I'm buying
making
it.
you buy that game.
I will buy it. I will buy it if it comes to Switch, but not if it's gonna stick on 3DS forever. So
that's fair.
all right. So is the Wii Shop still down, or has this been fixed?
To my knowledge, yes, it is still down.
So newsflash: you can't re-download your Wii games. It's completely dead now, and I don't think Nintendo cares, unfortunately. Or they just, again, like the N64 controllers, they just forgot. They're just like, whoops, we were supposed to keep these online. Yeah, but again, this is quite a huge problem because it's May is coming up. Can't use your credit cards in the 3DS and Wii U shops, and a lot of games will just be lost to time, and it's really sad. And we already lost some games, like, I think you can only play Sonic 4 on mobile now. And even then, that was delisted, and they just added it back. So, and I can't...
I'll admit, Nintendo is doing I think they're doing a very good job with NSO right now, especially with the rumored systems that might be coming out later this year. Like, the Wii U and 3DS were, like, the best virtual console systems. But the Switch is getting there.
Yeah.
I admit my main concern when they first announced NSO was that they were gonna add and then remove games.
Oh,
they have done perfectly, and they have not removed a single title, and I'm very impressed by that.
My question is, like, what is considerable or considered for, addition? Like, for example, it surprised me that they added All Stars at all because I don't think All Stars has been on any virtual. Actually, no. Well, I guess it's been on the Wii, but it wasn't virtual console. And that begs the question, what about Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World? And because it's technically a different game, like, obviously I don't care if it comes to Switch Online, but it's technically a different game. I'm talking from the preservation aspect. And then, why do they consider that? Are they going to consider the advanced games? Are those different enough to be on the service? Or, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get that. I guess we'll see. Because, I mean, I think the advanced games would be on the GBA NSO app. I think those would be just easy. Here you go. Here's a few more. They've got some additional content.
Yeah, because there's no original Mario games.
Nintendo made game, it's going to make it on at some point. If it's a third-party one, that's when it gets all... We'll see.
Yeah, and this is the same problem with Pokemon as well, because they don't want to re-release their games, which is, like, weird. Yep. So, I don't know.
That's why it was such a big deal when Gen 1 was put on the 3DS eShop.
Yeah. And what was even weirder about that, because they added Gen 2, and then but they didn't add Crystal, and then they added Crystal. I don't know. That was very weird.
Yeah, I didn't even know they added Gen 2.
Yeah, no, they had Gen 2, and then they released Crystal like 6 months later or some shit. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, we also got some SNES and Genesis games added to the system, or to the NSO. I don't remember. Oh, Dig Dug 2. I didn't even know that was a thing, so that's cool. I love Dig Dug. Sad that it doesn't exist anymore. I wonder what a modern Dig Dug game would look like now that I think about it. Ooh, that's what Sakurai's working on. Um,
You can dream.
and did we talk? Oh, I completely forgot. They added folders, kind of, not really. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, folders!" And I'm like, "It's not really folders. It's kind of
I do
obscure."
like them.
I haven't
They're a
used
nice
them.
way of sorting like certain franchises. I know some people did this. I did this. I made folders for every single year,
Hmm.
and I did all of Nintendo's releases. It's
I
just a cool way of sorting them, at least with my brain.
it would be cool if I had the time to sort them first of all, but also like I want that front and center. I want that on the
Yeah, I get
homepage
that. That's fair.
because right now, as it stands, regardless of folders or how it is now, the homepage is a mess anyway, regardless. So I think they just need to completely revamp it because, I mean, I don't think they've ever done that with consoles in the past, but they need to. They desperately need to.
We'll see. I kind of think this is what we're gonna get for now, but
Yeah,
it's a solid Nintendo something.
yeah. Oh, about NSO, there's only leaks about GBA and Game Boy, which we'll talk about next month. But what about Game Gear? Because Genesis seems to be the only
I don't
one.
know. I think they added Genesis originally just to more justify their price increase.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I think in September we're gonna get the announcement that Game Boy and Game Boy Color will be base NSO and Game Boy Advance will be added to the expansion pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's my expectation at the very least.
Yeah,
But we'll talk more about that next month.
yeah. All right, well, I'll let you take the lead for this one. Breath of the Wild 2.
It happened. 7 a.m. one very sad Tuesday morning.
We got the game. It came out. I'm playing it right
AG
now.
Aonimura stepped in front of my phone screen and said, Devin, I know you've been waiting years. Fuck off. It's being delayed to next spring, so we do have a time frame. It could be from March to June. We got some new gameplay of Link holding the broken Master Sword.
And
so
it
was
is
very
Link.
cool.
We know that it
It
is
is
Link.
Link. But, my friend, this is not as sad as you may think. Because I feel like I've been talking about something for the better part of over a year and a half now. A certain bundle of Wii U games that just so happen to have a fantastic opportunity this year.
You're
Of
obviously
course,
talking
I am
about
talking about
Color
the highly
Splash
demanded.
and Woolly World.
No. The highly demanded Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD, those are coming out this year. I'm betting on it. I don't care.
All right, you know what? We'll bet. All right, I'm putting $10 down. I'll
I'll put
Venmo you.
$10 down as well. But no, I fully believe that those games, bundle or not, they both are coming this year.
Yeah,
Because yes, I could see them coming out at $60 in a 2-pack. I think that's what's going to happen, but I could also see them coming out day and date, 2 games, $60 a piece. We know Nintendo.
yeah.
But honestly, I will not be too upset if Breath of the Wild's delay was to let this happen. Give the game more time. This game is huge. I can wait 5, 6 more months.
I
Because you know how hard I've wanted these games.
Yeah, I just wish Nintendo wasn't so secretive about their things. It's just like
My
what I mean,
concern
obviously
right now,
the only thing that we know about is COVID, right? That's the obvious. But other than that, it's been like what, 6 years when it comes out since Breath of the Wild development was done, which is I think the
a
most
longer
amount
gap,
of time.
it's a year, an extra gap between Skyward Sword and the launch of Breath of the Wild. And that you had to build a new engine, and all the assets, the entire world. Breath of the Wild 2 has to do a lot less. Obviously, they're changing the world. Obviously, they're probably updating the physics and assets and stuff. But
And then let's add a year or two, give or take, because of COVID. It
let's add a year for COVID. I will give you that. It took them a while to get themselves settled in. But this was poised to be like a 3-year asset reusing sequel. And
Yeah.
here we are, this game taking longer than base Breath of the Wild.
I think it's the longest gap between any 3D Zelda, isn't it?
The problem is, even back when we had Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild, we got A Link Between Worlds, we got Triforce Heroes. We have not gotten a single new first party Zelda game, 2D or 3D, in 5 years.
A
We've
new,
gotten
new
we've gotten a new Hyrule Warriors, but that's a spin-off. And we've gotten
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening and Skyward Sword. But that's so it is a long gap, but it's usual for Zelda, and it is the longest wait we've ever had for 3D Zeldas.
Yeah, and I mean, like with Breath of the Wild, like obviously we were waiting for so long, but it was understandable. It was, it was the Wii U era. That whole era was like kind of slow anyway, and it was a whole new game, and we had a really high expectation, so it was okay. But now we're just like, what's going on? Like, what's going on behind closed doors?
Like the Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild wasn't even that bad. It was it was 5 years and like 3.5 months or something like that. It was not that bad.
But it was
This
understandable
could
too.
be this worst case scenario. This could be 6 years, 3 months. It's insane.
I don't
And
know.
we had a fantastic sequel to Link to the Past to play when we were waiting for Breath of the Wild at the very least.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Breath of the Wild 2 is just a strange. Both that and Prime 4 are just strange entities. It's so
Like I
weird.
said, if I do not believe that we are not going to get Zelda this year, I can't see it. We have not missed a year without Zelda since I want to say 2012. And they have these two Wii U games just sitting right in front of them, knowing that this will probably sell 10 million units,
On top
especially
of
if they're
that,
combined.
now that I think about that too, did they just not care about the 35th anniversary? Did they just not have time? Did they forget?
I think
Like what
they
is going
wanted.
on? It's so strange.
I really think they had bigger expectations for Breath of the Wild 2, and I think they were gonna be like, "Oh hey, Skyward Sword's coming out in July. The Game and Watch is coming out in November, and in that time we're gonna show you a lot more Breath of the Wild." But I think something went on in development, COVID, and that didn't allow them to show us as much as they wanted to.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, if they do not use this opportunity to bring the Wii U Zeldas, I will consider this a missed opportunity and I will be severely disappointed.
It's just I don't
But
know, it's just so strange to me. It's so
it is.
like
I
again,
have
like I
no
said,
doubt
I
the
just
game's
want
gonna
them
be
to
fantastic.
talk to us like what is so secret? Like obviously they don't want to reveal the title or whatever. Just tell us, "Hey, we had some struggles. We rebooted a couple of times." Like that's okay. That's all we need to know. Just give us a little check-in. Like, "Are you okay back there? Like, are you like
I think
stressing
what
yourselves
hurts the
out?"
most, I think what hurts the most is that it's very possible we will not see this game at E3, well, in the Summer Direct.
Yeah.
I think they might use the Summer Direct to announce the Wii U collection and then show us off the sequel in September.
I don't know. It's,
So it's gonna be another 5, 6 months without seeing this game, and it's insane.
yeah. Well, of what we have seen,
It
uh
looks amazing.
what do you think about the 2 second clip? Let's talk for an hour about the 2 second clip.
We will not talk for an hour, but the cinematics look fantastic. The game looks amazing. The Broken Master Sword. I want to know how that happened. I really think it's because of that cave sequence we saw back in 2019.
Let
I'm
me,
excited.
do you know what he looks like?
What do you mean?
He looks like the hero of legend of this game. In the murals in Breath of the Wild original, there's this
That is
long
very true. He
hair.
does.
We have this long-haired hero with this weird aquatic-looking broken master sword.
And there is those people that are speculating that the sky segments happened in the past. Because when we saw that little clip of Link paragliding in the main world, you didn't see anything in the sky.
And on top of that too, like Link himself just looks like he did in Breath of the Wild, except with the arm. That's literally it. And then when he's in this weird sky dimension, he he has long flowing hair and I mean, he still has his burnt arm, but he doesn't look like the same Link that we know, Champion Link.
No, and that's going to be something very interesting because either way, I think this game is going to have a heavy focus on the sky and the underground. I think the overworld will have been vastly changed as well, but I really think the focus is going to be that underground segment that you could explore even with Zelda, who knows, and the sky that you'll either explore with Link or ancestor of Link.
And this is what.
But I don't know. It's too early to tell because with Nintendo,
we don't know anything.
Exactly.
I can't wait for them to be like this. The sequel to the Breath of the Wild title is Link's arm is brown. Is The Legend of Zelda. Link is old and his arm is dead. I don't know. Anyway, just some stupid
Legend
title.
Of Zelda, Ages of the Wild or something like that. I don't know.
But this is actually leading to my theory. I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this, but there's a game theory video that I watched that said that obviously Hyrule Warriors and like the events that transpire in that game are not canon, but I feel like there could be an abridged version that did actually happen because all the worlds converge, right? And that's why Breath of the Wild looks the way that it does, because all the worlds converged. And this new Breath of the Wild is obviously tying in elements from Skyward Sword, at least as far as we know, or in speculation. So this is almost like maybe could be like a reboot for the franchise, so that they don't have a freaking complicated timeline. So my theory is,
already been trying to do that, yeah.
My theory is that basically what happens is that you have Hyrule Warriors, which ties all the timelines together. Then you get Breath of the Wild. Then you get Age of Calamity, which says let's hit reset on it, or maybe just like a what if story. And then you have Breath of the Wild 2. And that just basically says, okay, well, this is a real reset. Let's completely wipe the timeline. Obviously, it's not going to be like, well, the rest of this isn't canon. It's just like, we're focusing on a new storyline now. That type of thing. Completely out of the...
It's possible. It really is.
Out of the ballpark theory there, but just a thought.
I guess we'll see what they do with Ganondorf, because it looks like that's what we're going to be getting this game. So I guess we'll see what happens with him.
My question is just... why do people think he's a good guy? Like, there's all this fan art of this, like, weird triangle love story going on, and...
Equal or horny. Simple as that.
No, I'm not even... okay, that was a joke, but a lot of people seem to still speculate that they're gonna, like, revive... They came down there to revive Ganondorf, or...
Yeah, I've seen those theories, and I don't think it's nearly that simple.
And that's why a lot of people are like, well, what if they took Demise out of Ganondorf? And then that's the final boss, is Demise from Skyward Sword, and Ganondorf's a good guy.
If that's what happens, I will drink water.
I've never played...
I know knowing Nintendo, they're going to do it just to spite me.
I've never played every single Zelda game, but is it implied that... because obviously, like, Demise is like this evil entity that you know is like basically malice, and you have all these different enemies that are like pieces of him, and then you have Ganon, who's a reoccurring character. But is he like reincarnated like Link is, or is he like the same dude?
Yes, he is.
Oh no, he's not the same dude every time.
At the end of Skyward Sword, Demise puts a curse on Link, Zelda, just basically saying that every time you're reincarnated, there will be somebody here that will try to kill you.
Yeah, and
that's what Ganondorf is. That's what Vadi is.
I mean, like, my question is, like, the Ganondorf that we see in Ocarina, is that the same Ganondorf in Twilight Princess, like, or is that just reincarnated like Link and Zelda?
That's the thing with that one. Twilight Princess and Ocarina Ganondorf are the same Ganondorf.
And they're like, that's so weird to think about, because it's like,
there's Link. The exact two games that have confirmed the exact same Ganondorf.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
But yeah, from like going from Ocarina to, let's say, Wind Waker, I don't know exactly. I want to say it's a reincarnation, yeah, but I don't know that like for certain.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I asked that question, but
oh, you're all good.
Anyway, all right. Well, that is it. Is there any lingering things that I missed or that we didn't cover?
No, but it's a personal thing. I did finally get a Switch OLED.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
I
it's amazing.
don't I don't know how I could go back to that smaller screen.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's night and day.
It is, but then this is when you start seeing the cracks, unfortunately, because the screen looks so good, and then you see, why is that Bronto Burt in the background going at 2 frames per second? It's so weird.
I'm not really that picky about my like. Obviously, if the frame rate is crap, I'm gonna be upset. But I'm
Hmm.
not that picky about my resolution,
Hmm.
about something in the background being a little bit slower. But I have noticed stuff like that more frequently.
But even in like Xenoblade, that is like kind of probably one of the worst looking Switch games. Like it looks,
Yeah.
if you look at it on a broader scale, you're like, holy shit, like this is a crazy looking world. And then once you get into like the enemy battles, like you're running at 10 frames per second, which
Yep.
like imagine if this was running like on a 4K 120 FPS
Oh my.
console.
We'll get that in the 2035.
Yeah, whatever. And when we're on Xenoblade X12.
We ain't getting another X.
Sorry, okay, then 32.
Okay, sure.
32X. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Again, kind of like a lighthearted episode. I don't know how we got in. We always milk as much as we can out of it. We got an hour out of this somehow. But we will see you guys next month with hopefully something a little bit more important. But you know, obviously, we think it's direct season coming up, but anything can really happen because E3 is canceled.
Join us
So.
for our hour-long coverage of Switch sports.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah. All right. Well, we will see you guys next month. Goodbye.
Guys.